Okay, no job number yet, but this is Rainier Apartments, Unit 7. We're looking at concrete today. This is at 202 Edward Street Southwest. This is out in Yelm. I forget the property manager or the company. Michaela is our contact for staging, guys. We can stage here on the side of the road. We can stage inside the parking lot on the perimeter, or up here on Washington Avenue. We've got a couple different areas that we can stage here. Our scope of work is right over here at Unit 7. So there's your main entrance. And over here to the left on Washington Avenue, there's about 6 parking stalls over here that we can also close down and use for staging if need be. It's about 60 feet right here. There's also the side of the road where we can also be. Okay, so scope of work. It's right here at Unit 7, easy access. Sidewalk there, it's a 4-foot wide sidewalk that comes in where that squirrel's at. You can see I've got my measuring stuff out here. So what we need to do is we need to take out this wood ramp, which is a 4-foot wide wood ramp. It's about 14 feet long to the bottom. That needs to come out and be disposed of, okay? We need to create a concrete ramp coming down here. I'm not sure that this is going to be enough space to just come out the door, have a landing, come down here, have a landing, and be ADA compliant. And here's why, and I'm going to give you some of the dimensions here. Before I do that, though, I'm going to talk about the concrete. There's concrete sidewalk that's 4 foot wide that goes all the way to the step here, just inside the posts. I'm thinking that we might be able to leave everything that's here untouched when we go to create this ramp. This concrete landing that's here at the front porch, it's about 2 inches lower than the threshold of the door. So I'm thinking we probably will be able to leave that pad and form around it. So we create a form here, come out. It's 45 inches to the post here, and it's 4 foot wide. So we probably could do a landing that is approximately the same size, which is about 43 inches or so by 48. Do the landing here, or we can make it a little bit smaller and go 3 foot. But I'm thinking we might just create this as the landing inside the posts, and then from there ramp it down. Currently, the slope on this ramp is 10.7% slope. Okay, 10.7% slope. All right, and that's pretty consistent all the way. I believe it's the same up here. It's a little bit lower. It's 9.1%. So it starts to dive down right about here. Okay. On this concrete, we've got 0.2%, so we're not going to have any issues there with the cross slope. And then currently it's 2.3% here at the bottom. Okay, out at this area, it's 0.8% at the door on the run slope. Cross slope, 1.1%. Okay. My guess. Oh, and from the wall to this ramp is just over 12 feet. It's about 146 inches. And then out to the connecting sidewalk, it's 168 inches. So just over 14 feet. Just over 14 feet to this point. Not sure if we're going to get proper ADA compliant slope here from the posts to here. So 2 things I discussed with Michaela, and that is we create a landing, and then we bring this down, and then we pour a landing on top here, and then we ramp it down. From this location, we ramp it down here, and we create like a landing right in this location, so that way it's a nice gradual slope. And then we would do the same thing going in that direction. This area right here is 90 inches. So we're looking at roughly, let's see here. You got 80 inches there. Okay, so 6 foot. You're 6 foot from there to there. So you're almost about 7 feet, 6.5 feet there by 4 feet that we potentially could leave that. And where this landing is, take this out and then pour and make that ramp go this direction. If we did that, that means we would remove a 28 inch. So basically just over 2 feet. Pretty close. So it'd be about a 2 foot by 4 foot piece we could take out and then pour right over the top onto this landing that we would pour on top of here. And then over on this side, probably end up doing the same thing. Create a ramp that comes down this direction. So we probably would take out this section right here, which would also be, I mean, it's just over 2, so 2.5 feet by 4 feet. We could take that out, pour it, and create the ramp that connects to this landing right here. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. And then we'll have a little bit of restoration to do. So we're going to include some restoration on this. That's option number 1. Or what we can do is, and I asked if we could do this, and she said, go ahead. Make the landing, create the ramp, and bring it all the way out as far as we need to. Which in this case might be an additional, let's see, might be an additional 4 feet, maybe. A 4x4 pad right here. Okay, so if that was the case, then what we would do is we would delete the removal there and there on that concrete. And what we would do is probably take this out right here, which would be a 4x4 square. We would remove that at 4 inches, and then we would remove another 4x4, well, 4 inches of concrete, and then remove a 4x4 section of grass and sod. Okay, so dirt, sod combination, take out 4 inches here. And then what we would do is create 2 wings on each side. Okay, so you're looking at, let's just do, round up here, a 4x4 area here and another 4x4 area there. Remove 4 inches, remove 4 inches, and then pour back 4 inches of concrete and create this wing style here. So the landing would be here, and then we would provide concrete at an angle, put these little triangle pieces in on both sides. Hopefully that makes sense. So landing right here, triangle piece of concrete right here, triangle piece of concrete right there. Okay, so those are the 2 options I saw that we could do out here. I already showed you what the slope is down here at the bottom, and we are good. We're at 0% and 1.2 on this section to the right of the ramp, and to the left we are 0.2% by 0.4%. So we're good to go down here at the bottom if we were to go with this option. And even if we just went down here, created a landing, and then we brought this down to the existing concrete, we are okay with the existing concrete being the landing, as it's ADA compliant on both sides. Let me double check down here. We're at 1.9, which is just right there. 1.9% by 1.7% at this area right here, just to the right. Over here, we double check just to make sure. 0.4 by 0.9, 0.6 by 0.3. So yeah, we're ADA compliant on the left side of the ramp too. This lady at Unit 7 does not have an alternate way to get out. She does not have accessibility on this back side to get out with a wheelchair. I asked Michaela about it, and that's what she told me. She's got it all blocked in. But yeah, there's really, even though she could go out on her patio, she doesn't have a way to make it through on the grass, okay? I just looked at unit number 2 over here, and he can actually get out the back way, and he does that sometimes. Anyways, so I said that this might be a one-day project, and she would have to make sure and get plenty of notice out to this tenant here to not be here that day. If we need to do 2 days, then I would need to know so I could let her know. This bid's based on 2 days, and the lady would have to be gone for 2 days. Okay. Curb walls, I would imagine, because of this slope, there's a possibility we'd have to put curb walls on the sides. And if that's the case, I think we're still going to be ADA compliant, because I think we only need, 3 feet? So if we did 6 inches on each side, that puts it at 42, 36. We would be right at 3 feet. I mean, it'd be tight, but that's what we would be at. Or we end up pouring the concrete curb a little bit, make this a little bit wider than 4 feet and bring this out. We just got to keep in mind that there's a sprinkler head right here, and I don't know if there's a sprinkler head in there or not, but there definitely is one there, and there's one right over there. Over here on this side, I don't see any sprinkler heads. Yeah, I don't see any sprinkler heads, but I can't tell you if there isn't any in here or not. It might just be in the landscaping there. Okay, so I just know that there's 2 sprinkler heads right there, and I don't see any other out here. Okay, I think that's it for now. Any other questions, let me know.